Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning into my podcast, Xena Life as a Dominatrix. This is episode 52. This will be published on Tuesday, February 13th, 2024, the day before Valentine's Day. Before I begin discussing today's topic, I just want to make a note that on each and every of my podcast episodes, you'll see a link that states support the show today. And when you click on the link, it leads to my Venmo page, and tips are greatly appreciated. So thank you very much. All right, let's get started. Today's topic, love is. Love is putting yourself first, taking care of yourself, your well-being, your physical health, your spiritual health, your sexual health, your mental health and fitness, staying active, not neglecting any doctor's appointments, not using drugs, not binge drinking, loving yourself more every day, working on yourself every day, having a 9-to-5 job, 8-to-4 job, but not working too hard, not overdoing it. Don't stress yourself out too much. Love is taking care of your partner and vice versa, caring for your partner, pampering your partner, sending your partner love letters or flowers, cooking for your partner, tidying up for the home with your partner, for your partner, or both, sharing special moments with your partner, not taking anything for granted with your partner. Love is loving your family and friends, your animals, sharing moments with them, again, not taking anything for granted. Love is sitting back, relaxing, listening to some good music, watching a good show, singing in the shower, dancing in the living room, creating your own nightclub at home, or physically going to one, you decide. Love is loving yourself and looking at the mirror and telling yourself that you are beautiful, that you are worth it, you're going to conquer the day, you're going to achieve your goals, you're going to be the best that you can possibly be. Love is reminding yourself how lucky you are. You have a home, family, friends, food, a partner to lay next to, reminding yourself what the things you have in life is great rather than dwelling over the things you don't have in your life. Love is telling your partner you love them, telling yourself, I love you. Love is loving your work, loving what you do, loving your hobbies, loving your freedom. Love is giving long hugs, kisses, chilling, just chilling out, being at peace, looking into your partner's eyes and saying that you love them. Love is happiness. Love is so many different things. Connection that you feel with the person in your life, that it feels amazing, the fantastic person in your life. Intimacy, friendship, lust, compassion, sex. Love is the most amazing feeling in the world. Love is trust, caring, respect, self-care, aftercare. However, there is heartbreak as well in this life, and having a broken heart is really awful. It really hurts. I've been there. We've all been there. Heartbreak is obviously the opposite of love. Heartbreak is the disconnect of the one you felt so close to. Heartbreak can be quick and sudden. It can linger and fester. Sometimes love fucking hurts. Having a broken heart takes a long time to heal. That's why self-care is super important. But I think of the positive side. Having a broken heart can be inspirational to write about or create music. Some of the sad love songs are so incredibly good. Single people out there, love is taking care of yourself. Taking care of yourself, taking yourself out on a date. Love is being patient, for waiting for a new partner to enter your life. Or don't wait, maybe it'll just happen one day, sporadically. I mean, it doesn't happen overnight, but there's a little thing called patience, confidence. It will happen. showing your partner who your authentic self is when you meet this new person in your life is important as well, instead of hiding who you are. Love. In love, being in love, love is great. I'm in love. I I remember my first loves and I remember my first heartbreaks, but I was also reminiscing about high school days. In high school, I would become so envious of the girls receiving the balloons and candy from their boyfriends on Valentine's Day, and then I would mope about it. Now I think it's just a Hallmark holiday. I think Hallmark makes so much money on this Valentine's Day. It doesn't have to be one day Valentine's Day. It could be every day. Every day to love yourself, every day to love your partner, every day to love the special people in your life. So my first heartbreak, oh boy. I had a crush on this boy. We were both, I believe, 13 or 14 at the time. Then one day I spotted my best friend kissing him. I forgave her, but at the time it was devastating for me. It felt like my heart shattered in pieces. And he had no idea I had this big crush on him. And yeah, but I forgave her, and yeah. I was remembering that, and actually before that, my first heartbreak was losing a loved one. I was 10 years old at the time, and when I found out my grandfather passed away, I just felt totally numb, like I couldn't believe it. Just, it was a fatherly figure, and for him just to pass away on one August day of 1992, and it was devastating. And I was 10 at the time, and it was like, wow, damn, my heart is broke by it, and took a long time to get over. And so I still think about him, although this was quite a long time ago. And I was also reminiscing about the first time having a boyfriend. I was in high school at age 14, and he was a couple years older. And I broke it off because he reeked like an ashtray. And that's the first time, I believe that's the first time I broke somebody's heart. And then I found a new boyfriend, and he found a new girlfriend, and we went on our own path. And the new boyfriend I met, I want to say we were both 15, and he was cute. But I broke up with him because he was such a pothead. But at the time, I was just having fun being a teenager. Valentine's Day 2009, I remember being stood up by someone who I thought was my boyfriend. And that day, yeah, it was a sad day. And then quickly I just got over him. And but the Valentine's Day in 2018, I will never forget. It was the day that my grandmother had passed away. Luckily, she had her family surround her. I was so distraught that day. I don't remember the drive home. I just remember being so numb, so angry. And when I arrived home, I looked at the bouquet of flowers sitting on the kitchen counter, and I grabbed the flowers and I tossed them over the balcony. I was so angry and upset. And then I quickly regretted it. So the next day I bought a new bouquet of flowers because my grandmother would have been so disappointed in me for doing such things, because she loved flowers. And yeah, she was another motherly figure, and for her to pass away on Valentine's Day was just, my heart shattered. Yeah. So, quotes about heartbreak. You know, a heart can be broken, but it keeps on beating just the same. It's amazing how someone can break your heart and you can still love them with all the little pieces. I never got to fall out of love. I just had to move on. Our greatest joy and our greatest pain come in our relationships with others. Some stories don't have happy endings, even love stories, maybe especially love stories. Love is so short, forgetting is so long. Yeah, I found these quotes pretty good about heartbreak, and I'll read some quotes about love. Love is friendship that has caught fire. It is quiet, understanding, mutual confidence, sharing and forgiving. It is loyalty through good and bad times. It settles for less than perfection and makes allowances for human weaknesses. Love is a friendship set to music. Since love grows with you, within you, so beauty grows. For love is the beauty of the soul. Love is the only force capable of transforming an enemy into a friend. Love is being stupid together, being silly together. Love is the great miracle cure. Loving ourselves works miracles in our lives. Love is space and time measured by the heart. Yeah, I was thinking about some love songs and some happy love songs, some sad love songs, and how it really affects us, like listening to these love songs, whether they're happy songs or sad songs, it really affects us. And there are some really good ones out there. And yeah, since around Valentine's Day last year, I created a Valentine's playlist on SoundCloud. It's like 3 hours long, 50 songs, and they're pretty good selection of music that I chose for my little Valentine's playlist. And I was also reminiscing about the past. Sometimes I think about the past, but I like to focus on the present moment. But the past moments on around Valentine's Day, some of the events I totally forgot about. And this one particular event, it was a kinky Valentine's party that I threw. I don't remember what year, but I know I threw the party because I have the past flyer with advertising the party. The party, though, it was all a blur, but I'm sure the party was fun. But what I do remember, and I have a photo of it, was my doorman at the time who worked the parties. He also passed away in 2018, sadly. But this party, I think it took place around 2014, 2015, and he was so sweet. He brought a Valentine's cake to the party for guests to share, and it was pink and white, and on the cake it said, "Whip me, spank me, beat me," and then it had pink lips on the cake. It was so sweet. It was so unexpected, and that I do remember, but I don't remember the party, but I do remember it because of the photograph that I have. I'm like, wow, that is so sweet, and I really miss him. And love is losing loved ones. That is, yeah, sure. There's, some people, they break up and they move on, but it takes a long time to move on, and it just takes time and patience. But to lose a loved one is totally the worst. And 2018, yeah, it was just such a whirlwind of a year. And but to lose a loved one, all you have, they're in your memories, they'll be in your heart forever. And yeah, you think of the memories and look at the past photos with your loved one and miss them dearly. And yeah, what I'm trying to say is sometimes love fucking hurts. So, and then also in the past, I had completely forgot about this. I had made a movie for another company. It was called Valentine's Vixens. And I never saw the movie, but it was with a past slave of mine and a guest actress. I don't remember much of the shoot at all, but from the photos, let's see. Yeah, we dressed him up. We turned him into a sissy slut. Let's see. We put on our strap-on cocks and had our way with him, and the rest was history. I think the movie, I think it was like maybe a 45-minute movie. It's somewhere on the internet. I have no idea. I think I have a copy somewhere, but I've never saw the footage. and and but this past slave I do vaguely remember. This was I want to say in 2006, and basically he moved to Chicago, and he said it was for opportunity or something like that. I'm trying to remember. And then like he really wanted to be my slave, and then so I had him trained to be my slave. It took a few months, and then all of a sudden one day he said, "I want you to be my girlfriend, and I want us to move to Alaska." I'm like, Alaska? I've never been. I know it's cold. I know it's far, but why would I want to go to Alaska with you? Something like that. And then I had to make it clear. I'm like, I'm not your girlfriend. You're my slave. There's a difference. I don't see you as my boyfriend. I see you as my slave. And that was another heartbreak for him. I think I broke his heart then too. And in the past, there have been some slave boys where I could think of two more where they really wanted to be my boyfriend. And I'm like, no, you're my slave. I see you as my slave. Originally, you wanted to train to be under my wing, to serve me as a slave, not my boyfriend. And these particular people, I just did not look at them as boyfriends. I looked at them as slave boys. And they were hurt by it. They were totally hurt by it. And I lay out my rules and I say, this is what I want. And I don't want, at the time, I just didn't see them as boyfriends. And this was quite a while ago, back in Chicago. And yeah. So another event I completely forgot about, because some of the events that I was involved with, they were kind of all a blur. But I had headlined a burlesque show in Chicago on Valentine's Day. It was a Valentine's Day themed show. I have the images to remember by. The show, though, again, it was all a blur. I believe that it was held at a performance theater on the north side. And from the photos, let's see, whipped cream was involved, strawberries were involved, rope bondage was involved, and it was my friend and I she volunteered to be in my show, and she was such a trooper about it. She was awesome about it. And what I do remember, though, the show ended around like 12 or 1 a.m., something like that. And then she stated, "Okay, I'm going to go to the gym." I said, "What?" She said, "Yeah, this is, I'm going to the gym. This is when I work out." I said, "Okay, well, I'll drive you to the gym. I don't want you to take public transportation at this time." So I drove her to the gym right after I tied her up and put whipped cream on her, and had a great show with her. And that's what I remember. And I do miss her. She's in Chicago as well. And let's see, here's another little thing that I wrote, because sometimes love is, it's very inspirational when you're in love, to write about your love, or if you're hurting from heartbreak, to write about it. And writing is such great therapy. It's very therapeutic, and it's a work of art to create your own writing and your own stories from your experience. So here's a little a little thing I wrote back in September of 2008. And this is going to be published in my new book coming out soon. I'm not sure when. I'm not sure what the title is, and it's just part of my writings from back in the day. So, September of 2008, Falling in Love. This is not a poem. These are words that are coming from my heart. Love. Love fucking hurts. I had to let go of someone who I thought loved me for who I was. I was in love but couldn't love this person. I had to end it. After all the problems, I found it impossible to forgive him. I had to let go of someone who I was emotionally attached to. Our relationship was spicy for the first few months, then it became complicated, especially when we moved in together. I don't need another father figure in my life. I don't need a man to tell me what's right or what's wrong. The problems were indescribable. Why did I let this relationship become a second job for me? Like I say, you live and you learn from your mistakes. But I still didn't get it. I let this problem person hang on to me, lash onto me, as if I were his prized possession. The problems were the only focus of the relationship. Was it easy to solve these problems? No. I've taken my friends' advice. They have told me to move on, keep your chin up. You have a good heart. You should not let the negative person attempt to ruin your mood. Do not take that person back into your life. And my friends were 100% correct. Yeah. And I thought that, oh, the very last line. Now it's time to get my life back together rather than have it in shambles. So at the time, yeah, I was in a very emotional state, and I thought that we were in love. I thought, we were going to get married, this and that, but things change. And I was, heartbroken to say, you got to go. You got to get out of my life, because I had to open my eyes for myself and okay, this is a negative, toxic person. I don't need this. So it was up to me to open my own eyes. And sure, there were good friends that were there to say, hey, this guy's no good for you. So that was in 2008. That was a very emotional roller coaster year for sure. But being in love, heartbreak, it's all a part of life. It's a roller coaster. Life is a big roller coaster. Goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down. And it's up to you to pick yourself up, and it's up to you to cheer yourself up. Do whatever it takes to cheer yourself up, whether, walk, run, jog, hang out with friends, family, adopt a pet, hang out with your pet. Because when you have a pet, that is unconditional love the pets give. They look into your eyes, and that's all that they see is you. You're the love of their life. It's the pet's life. It's really it's really a beautiful thing for sure. And so love is a roller coaster. Love hurts sometimes. Love is great. And most importantly, love yourself, and love the people that are in your life, and don't take anything for granted, and enjoy all your holiday as well, your Valentine's Day holiday, the Hallmark holiday. And treat yourself, pamper yourself, go to a salon, take yourself to the movies, go dancing, mingle. It's not the end of the world if you cannot find somebody in your life. There will be a person that will enter your life. It just takes a lot of time and a lot of patience. And yeah. And again, Valentine's Day doesn't have to be one day. You could, take yourself out all the time, pamper yourself all the time, pamper your partner all the time, have sex all the time, cuddle all the time, kiss all the time. And even like when there are people like in New York City, if sometimes I'm feeling, down maybe one day, and then I look at the person, they're smiling at me. So then I'm like, wow, okay, they're smiling. Okay, that just makes me smile. So a smile can go a long way. And yeah, I think that's about it for this little podcast. Episode 52, Xena Life as a Dominatrix. I know this was not much kink talk, this one, but I mean, sure, yeah, if you love kink, go for it, do it. If you love bondage, experiment with it. If you love sex, have sex more. Sex is important, and it's great mentally, physically, and shares a special bond with your partner. If you love serving your partner, then serve. If you love going to a museum, then go. If you love, I don't know, if you just love, just keep on loving. And yeah, heartbreaks hurt for sure. And also losing somebody in your life, it really hurts as well. And it's just all a part of life. Like I said, it's all a roller coaster. And yeah. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this again, and this was great to talk about. So I hope you all have a great day. Thank you all very much for subscribing and listening.